I would just like to start this video with an apology. I would like to apologize to the 3 people who I have already sent codes to who were on the switch. Those people are Luna040, Effort Value, and the Wig Boss. So I sent you guys your codes. It appears as though those codes have already been redeemed. So I have sent you fresh ones. I have tested the set that those particular codes came in to make sure that they work. The one that I did work. So all 3 of you should have a new code in your mailbox on your Switch. Please let me know if there is any more issue. And I would just like to thank both Effort Value and Luna for pointing this out to me. You were both so kind and gracious in the mail. I really, really appreciate it. I want to make sure that you get a code that actually works because that's what you were promised. Please let me know if there is any issue. And the Wig Boss, when you do log in and have a look at your mail, please keep in mind the first code likely is not going to work. Please use the second code in the email that says correct code. So guys, I'm so sorry about that. Everyone's codes have now been sent, so if you have any issue, please let me know. Let's move on and actually start the video.
Hello, lovely people. I am back with a follow-up on the Huntress character creation video because Multiverse got into my comments section and let me know that there is a Huntress style that I can get from Shiva at the House of Legends. So we're going to go there so I can show it to you. It is something I probably would have become aware of had I have played PvP ever, but since I have not ever played PvP, it's never really been open to me or something that I paid any attention to. And I will also say, on the test server, I have actually been to this vendor, grabbed all the styles quickly, collected them, and paid them no heed after that because it was something I was going to address later. But since it is relevant to this video, we're going to head to the House of Legends. We're going to have a look at this style. I have already purchased it, but I just want to show you guys where you can get it if you're interested, and also show you the price because it is not cheap. Another reason we are here is because Johnny Blaze, who I met through Multiverse, also got into the comments section of my Huntress character creation video and informed me that I should be celebrating 666 subscribers. So this video is to honor his comment, which is here, and celebrate 666 subscribers. So let's go to Shiva, Lady Shiva, and collect well, I'm not going to collect it because I already did collect it, but I will show you where you are able to get the Huntress style. Now, this Huntress style, I have mixed feelings about, I will say, because as I said in the previous video, I think it's a little silly. But this is where you go. Lady Shiva, if you go into her inventory, you'll see a whole bunch of styles.
You value the art of combat. Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome, I guess. And we're going to scroll down until we find Vengeance. Now, the Vengeance style is that other style that I was talking about when I was attempting to make Huntress, the one with the stomach exposed. And from what I had seen, it had been panties and not shorts, but in this it's shorts, so I quite like it. So this is the style here, Vengeance. It also has 2 different variants of the back style, which I will show you. They are 100 source marks a piece. So it is not a cheap style to procure. I have done it anyway, and we're going to have a look. So let's head back to my base, where all my styles are.
Also, this conversation occurred in my comments section where GamerX Andy informed me that you can get this Vengeance style from the marketplace. Multiverse said it is from the Batman Family Pack, so I had a look at it. I haven't got footage of it, but it said that it has various styles that are Batman related. Does not specify this one. If it had done, it's something I would have grabbed early on, most likely, to try and get the style. But if you don't have a massive stockpile of source marks, Marketplace might be the place for you. It's going to cost you real life money to do it that way, though, so dealer's choice.
So let's head back to my base where all my styles are and have a really good look at it. I will say I have adjusted every single armory build that I made. When I woke up this morning, I replied to everybody's comments in my comments section of that video and saw Multiverse's message and was like, I need to grab my Switch because I have to investigate this. So I have done so. And of course, we all know when I get new style items, I end up changing everything. So that's basically what I have done. Even this style here that I am wearing is the original style that I chose for her, with colours changed. I originally swapped her top at the end because I wanted to change the top to match the style more rather than the colour. I hated it, and I went back to the original top that we chose, which is this one here, which is T Slimline. Then her trousers I changed, and I found classic parliamentary boots. When I was doing character creation, I even remember mentioning that the parliamentary boots is probably what I would have chosen for her, but I did not see them. I think I was looking for parliamentary instead of classic parliamentary, which is what these are called. So I've chucked them on because this is something I actually would have chosen had I have noticed them in character creation. I'm hoping they are actually still there because I thought they were, but I don't know. Maybe I'm mistaken on those. Her trousers are the same. Her belt is the same. That's also parliamentary. Her cape is the same. The only thing that is not from character creation on her right now is her hairstyle. Oh, and aura, I suppose, but in regards to the items that she's wearing.
Would we say she's wearing the emblem? Because I don't think that one is from character creation.
Her hairstyle is different. The chest piece is from character creation. I removed the gloves entirely, so she's just got nothing there. Parliamentary belt, combat slimline trousers. It's just the styles that I did in Create a Character, and I kind of put them a little bit back to those instead of some items that I changed them to at the end of my last video because I kind of just didn't like it after a while. The silver did not look right, and this looks more correct, so that's that. Okay, so this is the Vengeance style that is very, very much Huntress. It's got the top that I was trying to match. So I was trying very hard to find something that looked anything like this and settled on that top where it had the cutoff just under the bust, which meant the entire stomach and sides were exposed. So it wasn't quite there. It certainly didn't have any white detailing on it. It only had one color swatch. This is much more accurate, far better. And I think it does confirm what I said in that it's kind of silly. What kind of person wears a top like this? They're like, I want, good, nice clothing that I can wear to fight the enemies, I want it to be practical, but also I want my stomach out for some reason. It's in case she eats too much, then she's got room for expansion, But I don't like a lot of this. But I will say it's very nice to be able to get the top. I didn't realize it was available, so thank you very much, Gentleman Multi. You are a gem.
And of course, thank you to GamerX Andy. Granted, she was not aware of that message yet, but that is not the point.
So she has one cape variant currently on. I will show you the other one as well, but you can see it's got that purple color down the center and then the white framing on this. That's basically what she has every time she's got some kind of cape on, even when she's wearing her jacket. There is a white border framing the outside of the fabric. I'll just show you the other back piece. We're currently wearing Vengeance. We're going to swap to Vengeance variant, which is this one here. Kind of a weird shape. I think capes just in general are kind of stupid, but this seems even more stupid to me. Why? My question is why? I don't understand at all. Now, something I thought was a little interesting is this is a headpiece, obviously, but it means you can put the face piece on at the same time and change that color at the front if you want to. So Vigilante's Justice, which I have been informed by Multiverse is actually the headpiece designed to be Huntress's headpiece, which I did suspect but wasn't 100% sure. So it would have been a guess on my part, but Multiverse knows. He knows all the DC things. So let's put both of those on. So you can see the cape is on and you can put this face piece on and change the color. I really like putting that on. It clips in with it so well. It looks like they're meant to go together. And I think this was a very good job on their part because I love it. It looks great. It looks great to me. And I prefer it with the mask rather than without because otherwise it's too much of the one color flowing all the way through. And it has a little less dimension. Now, there are parts of this actually that I hate. So everything that I've seen of Huntress, her hair is out. So I will say I'm not a huge fan of covering her entire head. But I also don't hate it. It's not inaccurate or anything. It's okay. But the items that I do hate are the shoulder pieces. I feel like they are too big, but I often don't like the shoulder pieces. And the belt. This belt looks absolutely insane to me. It's absolutely massive. I will say it has some kind of a texture or image on that belt there, but it's not easily seeable. Like, I'm not sure what it's meant to be at all, and I would be much happier if you could actually put her emblem on there or something like that. In fact, is it meant to be her emblem? Look, I don't know because it's not clear, and that is currently the color of white, so it's coming up as a silver buckle, which, you know, fair enough, I understand. But does it not look absolutely massive? Like, it looks huge. So I personally, I very much dislike it. So I'm going to show you what I did when I was doing her style. Okay, so this was me attempting to use all of the pieces from the Vengeance style that I could stand and combine it with pieces that I thought made it work a little better or were less irritating, particularly with the belt. So I'll take off the aura so it's a little bit easier for us to have a good look at what I was doing. Okay, so you can see I have the... Stand up straight, there we go. So you can see I have the Vigilante Justice face piece, because I feel like that's very accurate for her character. Her hairstyle, I've put the wavy on because in a lot of iterations that I see with this particular style, her hair is slick, it's straight, and it's a bit shorter. It does curve out a lot more than it currently is with this style, but it's the closest that I had available. And it's the only one of these builds that has a hairstyle that isn't long and flowy because I was trying to match this particular outfit the best that I could without hating it. Otherwise, I would have kept some of the other items. But I kept the shoulder pieces. They're okay. Back piece, chest, and hands. We've also got the legs and the feet. They are all the Vengeance style. Obviously, I've changed the belt. I went with Retribution because that is a belt that is meant for Huntress also. It's much less bulky, and I was trying to keep it within the style that they were going for with the pieces that they gave us. So this is the Vengeance style, but with the Retribution belt, and the mask is Vigilante Justice, which is also meant for Huntress. So she is wearing every single item that is actually meant for her character, maybe with the exception of the hairstyle. My preference would be to put the botanical on here, but I was trying to match the particular style imagery that I'm looking at as best I could, and so the hairstyle swapped over. But I'm not one to use typically this many pieces from one style set. I tend to mishmash, but when I'm trying to create a very specific character, I really did my best to stick to Huntress's style. I think I did all right. I don't think it's too bad. I'm pretty happy with it, even if I do think her top is kind of silly. And I will say, from the imagery that I'm seeing, it's nice to see that what is actually in the game is a pair of shorts. I'm much happier, and I will use that item quite a bit. In fact, I went and changed my armories around and have used it quite a bit. So let's go and have a look at my other armories. Okay, I did get a little bit excited with my auras. I basically grabbed every purple type of aura that I had and put it on her on one of the builds because I got, you know, I was having fun. But we'll remove it because it is a little distracting. Okay, so because in the previous build that I have saved that we've just seen, I had the first version of her Vengeance cape. I chose to grab the other one for this build, even though I do find the shape of it quite silly. I just think capes in general are kind of silly. But I wanted to use it just like I wanted to use the headpiece. So I've used the headpiece incorporated with the face mask because I think they look great together. I don't think that they clip weird or anything, and I really like that I can put that darker color around her face with the headpiece on. I really appreciate that. I wish it was something they did a little more commonly, separate things out properly for what is a face piece and what is a headpiece, like with the katana style. But in this case, I'm really happy with it. I kept the top because I was trying to still utilize it, and I thought it went well with the headpiece compared to, I think the other option would have been the Retribution chest piece, which looked kind of weird with this particular headpiece. I removed the shoulder pieces. I personally don't like them. I was trying to make this something that I like a little bit more, which is why it's a little more mishmashy, which is what happens when I try to create something I like. Nothing, it's all mishmashy. So then after I did the head, the chest, and the back, which are all still Vengeance, and removed the shoulders so there's nothing there, I kind of incorporated a bit of Retribution. So the gloves there are Retribution, the trousers are Retribution, as are the boots. And I really like those trousers and boots together. They look really good. And of course, these gloves suit her so much. I actually prefer these gloves over the other ones that we received. I mean, we all know I do have a little bit of a thing for asymmetry, and these are, you know, differing from each other, which I quite like. And then the belt. The belt is Fire Soul. Look, guys, I can't help myself. I wanted her emblem on her. I wanted a belt that looked flush with her body. This is just a buckle. There is a purple stripe going around her waist from the trousers it looks like she's wearing a belt with a buckle that has her emblem and it glows. I was happy with it. I'm still really happy with it. I think this looks good. And for the fact that she's wearing a top that I think is silly and a cape which makes no sense, I'm still happy with this build. Okay, well, I'm good with it. All right, I'll show you what else I did. Okay, just for the sake of making sure I show you all of them, this one has not changed very much. This is the enhanced retribution style for every piece except shoulders and belt. I removed the shoulders because the shoulders don't actually match the style that she's wearing in accordance with the imagery that I'm going off, and I was a little disappointed with that, so that's still been removed. And then of course the belt is also removed. I still have the same issue of it looking kind of dirty across her bust. I'm not happy with that. I wish that it was more clean or a different color, but I mean, we have to stick with what's correct from the comics, right? So not a different color. I just want it to look clean because it looks dirty to me. I don't like it. I wonder if it's maybe just playing with the shadow, but for some reason I am uncomfortable with it. It just, I don't like it. And obviously her belt is once again the Fire Soul piece. I can't help it. It looks so good. It's so small. It's flush with her body, and she already has a belt shape on her from the enhanced retribution trousers that she's wearing. How can I not take advantage of that? It looks good. I also did previously have around her an aura of white because I thought the white looked good because she had the white on her chest and everything. But since have put a black aura around because I feel it makes that white look a little more grayish and I don't notice the dirtiness quite so much. I would be playing with her facing away from me, so that's one of the reasons that I have kind of just kept that style and not really been too concerned about it because I'm not really going to see it as I play, but other people will. And people I'm hoping will see, oh yes, that is accurate, rather than, oh, she looks gross. I think I'm the only one who thinks that. So let's go and show you another style. Okay, this one is my favorite, which is, you know, kind of obvious. As soon as the white disappears, we all know I'm going to love it, right? So let's take off the aura so we can see her a little bit better. So her back piece is still enhanced retribution, as are her gloves. Her shoulders are Psycho Jester because I wanted to get the emblem in there, and I am aware that it's not correct for her to have a shoulder piece like that, but the shoulder pieces that they have for the enhanced retribution style are not correct for the style in accordance with what I was going off of for my source material. So none would be more accurate, but I wanted to put her emblem there, which I think I said in my last video. It's the same reason that I have the Fire Soul on her waist yet again, but also I have enhanced retribution chest, enhanced retribution feet, and her legs that I previously had, I think it was sheer net, so that I had some panties with the stocking so it looked a little less revealing. I have swapped over to this new Vengeance style because this is perfect. The placement of the pockets on each side look like her enhanced retribution cloak jacket is like hooked behind them and sitting there on purpose so that those are accessible. And I love it. I am so happy. Thank you so much, Multi. I am so happy that you told me about this style because I had no idea that it was there. I'm so happy that I have found it. And it was expensive, but it is worth it to show you guys. And also very, very much worth it for this. I actually like to have a lot of different shorts options in game because I feel that I am more likely to wear trousers, but some of my characters I feel I want to show their skin. They've got tattoo skin, they've got the plant skin, they've got like the sea changed. The sea changed I think is so beautiful, and I want to show it because I think it looks so good. But I also would like to do it with shorts, and now I have another pair of shorts that I can choose from, so I'm very pleased about that. She also has the botanical hairstyle. It is my favorite hairstyle. It's basically my hairstyle, not that you can tell when I have my hoodie on. I got hair sticking into my face, but that's basically my hairstyle. I like it a lot. I also think it is her hairstyle. It's the one that I have seen the most of her character, even when she has a hood up. I kept the face mask from the original one that I chose in Create a Character. It is the Valiant face mask, and I like it a lot. I think the shape suits her, and even though I have other options that I could choose for her so that she looks a little more like Huntress, I like this one because of the blue glow. From a distance, her eyes really shine through. I can still kind of see them. them. On the other ones, it's not so much. So I really liked that. This is my favorite out of all the builds that I created. I know it's less accurate, but I really needed to get rid of that messy front. I much prefer not being able to see it. Even if I do most of the time see the back, I like this a lot better. You are welcome to disagree with me.
Since when do I need your permission for that? That's basically our entire relationship.
This is the last build that I have. It's where I was actually trying to make the coat still look like it was in the right colors without having it look so dirty. I don't know that I would call this success, but it certainly makes the whatever it is that goes on across her bust a little less prominent because it's now gray instead of white. I do prefer those colors on her, however inaccurate they are, just because I think it looks a little more clean. But I also have this build saved as kind of a spare that I could potentially edit later. This originally was the one where I was using the Laughing Knight coat, and I had played around and was like, this is too much! It was totally too much. So I went with this. This has got Gotham Knight on her back. It has Vengeance on her shoulders, Enhanced Retribution on her chest. The gloves are Two-Face Clown. The waist is obviously Fire Soul, so that we get that emblem. Her legs are Vengeance, and her feet are Tall, Clean, Trim. I chose those boots because they are the original ones that I chose when we were doing character creation, and they are accurate for quite a few different styles of her, with the exception of them being a little bit too short. I did think of putting the Thrall of Ekron ones on because they are quite a bit taller, but they are a little bit too tall. I want this, like the point on the front of that boot to be just above her knee rather than up on her thigh. So I went with this. I do quite like this build. It is no longer my favorite though, now that I've done that other one that we just saw preceding this where it's mostly purple. Oh, and I did want to let you guys know I did grab the gloves of clinging that you can get from the Fate vendor so that I could have her movement match her very well. I'm quite happy with that. I have not any regrets that I chose super speed for her. I know that I will play her more often with super speed as an option for me there. So I understand if people disagree and want to do acrobatics, but for me, I know I will play her more if I have super speed. I also did absolutely have the Huntress weapons available. I unlocked them. This is them. I've chucked the iridescent chroma on them just so that they're a little more visible against that blue smoke aura that she's got there, but I'm really happy with those too. So all in all, this is awesome. I love my Huntress, and hopefully if you are looking to create Huntress, this was helpful for you, particularly with that vendor that Multiverse pointed out to me. I had no idea that she had this style. So thank you, Lady Shiva, and thank you, Multi. You always let me know all the things because he knows everything. He's like a giant brain of DC encyclopedic knowledge. It's very nice that I have access. And also, thank you, Johnny Blaze, for your suggestion of making a video to celebrate 666 subscribers, because that is hilarious. And that is what we're doing today. So thank you, all of you. I really appreciate that you watch my videos, that you enjoy my content, and I hope you have an amazing day. Bye, guys.